say nothing. $100?
And they wonder why they're losing. In the shadows of Bob Crane's public persona, a complex and secretive life unfolded. Known for his role as Colonel Hogan in Hogan's Heroes, Crane was not just a beloved actor, but also a man entangled in a web of hidden desires and questionable choices. His wife, Anne, stood at the crossroads of his double life, often in the dark about the extent of his activities. While Crane portrayed a charming and clever leader on screen, off-screen he indulged in a lifestyle marked by sexual escapades and a fascination with pornography. As the show gained popularity, Crane's behavior became increasingly erratic, raising questions about what Anne truly knew. The couple's marriage faced strain, with Crane's late-night escapades and friendships with various women often leaving Anne feeling isolated. The contradictions between his public image and private actions created a tumultuous environment. Despite the facade of a happy family life, the reality was far more complex. As Crane's fame grew, so did the secrets he kept from those closest to him. The tragic end to his life only intensified the mystery surrounding his double existence, leaving many to wonder how much Anne really understood about the man she shared her life with.
Rumor that I would like you to kill the moment you hear it.
I'll consider it killed. Anything else?
You haven't even heard the rumor yet. You may...
Colonel Klink is a central figure in the television series Hogan's Heroes, which aired in 1965. His character is portrayed as a bumbling but determined officer focused on maintaining smooth operations at Stalag 13. Klink's primary goal is to avoid trouble with his superiors and steer clear of reassignment to the front lines. This desire to stay out of harm's way leads to many humorous situations, as he often finds himself outsmarted by the prisoners, particularly by Colonel Hogan and his crew. The comedy unfolds as Klink tries to uphold military discipline while being constantly thwarted by the clever antics of the Allied prisoners. The series was filmed in various locations that contributed to its unique charm. Indoor scenes were shot at DeZillu Studios, a well-known facility that produced many classic television shows. The outdoor scenes were filmed at the 40 Acres backlot in Culver City, which provided a versatile backdrop for the show's setting. This combination of filming locations helped create the illusion of a German POW camp during World War II, while also allowing for the comedic elements to shine through. The careful attention to detail in both character roles and filming locations played a significant role in the show's lasting popularity and success.
The Stalag 13 has proven a training ground for
Colonel Hoffman.
In the early production stages of Hogan's Heroes, the decision was made to always depict a winter setting. This choice was primarily to avoid continuity issues that could arise from changing seasons. As a result, the actors were often required to wear heavy coats even during the sweltering summer heat. This unique situation added an interesting layer to the filming experience, as the cast had to adapt to the uncomfortable temperatures while trying to maintain their comedic performances. Additionally, Bob Crane, who played the lead role of Colonel Hogan, wore a distinctive leather jacket throughout the series. This jacket had a notable history of its own, as it was originally worn by the legendary Frank Sinatra in the film Von Ryan's Express. Later, the same jacket found its way to the hands of Greg Kinnear, who wore it in the film Autofocus. The jacket became an iconic part of Crane's character, symbolizing his cleverness and charm as he navigated the challenges of being a prisoner of war. The combination of the winter setting and Crane's leather jacket created a unique visual style for the show, contributing to its lasting appeal and memorable character dynamics.
This'll prove that plenty of work is needed.
But, Sergeant, what am I going to...
During the production of Hogan's Heroes, an interesting aspect emerged regarding the actors who portrayed the German characters. Werner Klemper, Howard Kane, Leon Askin, and John Banner were all Jewish and had served in the U.S. Armed Forces during World War II. Their backgrounds added a unique layer to the show as they brought their own experiences and perspectives to the roles they played. Klemper, who portrayed the bumbling Colonel Klink, had specific conditions for accepting the role. He insisted that Klink never succeed in his various schemes. This decision was a reflection of Klemper's own experiences and the historical context of the war. The character of Colonel Klink became a symbol of comedic incompetence, and Klemper's portrayal was both humorous and poignant. The choice to cast Jewish actors in these roles, especially considering their backgrounds, highlighted a complex relationship with history and entertainment. It allowed for a comedic take on a serious subject, while also providing a platform for these actors to express their own narratives through their performances. The show managed to blend humor with historical sensitivity, making it a memorable part of television history.
Today, Dusseldorf, tomorrow.
Night scenes in the television series, Hogan's Heroes, were creatively filmed using a technique called day for night. This method allowed the production team to shoot scenes that were meant to look like nighttime while filming during the day. However, this technique often resulted in some noticeable visual quirks, such as sun-cast shadows that could be seen in the background. The challenge of making daylight appear like night added a unique layer to the show's production. In addition to the filming techniques, the series also employed a playful approach to character identities through the use of code names. These code names were inspired by fairy tales, adding a whimsical touch to the otherwise serious setting of a World War II prison camp. Characters had names like Papa Bear, Goldilocks, and Little Red Riding Hood, which not only reflected their personalities, but also created a fun and lighthearted atmosphere. Interestingly, the main character, Colonel Hogan, was assigned the code name Goldilocks, further emphasizing the show's blend of humor and cleverness. This combination of filming techniques and creative naming contributed to the distinctive charm of Hogan's Heroes, making it a memorable series for its audience.
What happens if they have a roll call?
Initially, the production team of Hogan's Heroes faced challenges in creating a convincing winter setting for the show. To simulate snow, they first used salt, which was a common method during that time. However, this approach was not very effective and did not create the desired visual impact. As the series progressed, they switched to using white paint patches on roofs and the ground, particularly in high-traffic areas where the action was most concentrated. This method provided a more realistic appearance of snow without the mess and issues that came with using Lieutenant. The original concept for Hogan's Heroes was quite different from what viewers eventually saw. The show was initially set in an American jail, but this setting was later reworked to take place during World War II. This change was made to avoid conflict with another NBC show that was also centered around a prison theme. By shifting the focus to a World War II setting, the creators were able to craft a unique blend of comedy and adventure, setting the stage for the antics of Colonel Hogan and his team as they navigated life in a German POW camp. The combination of clever writing and innovative production techniques helped the show become a memorable part of television history.
But in the long run, Marlena is better off. The Count is a very fine man. He has recommended me for...
The instrumental march that opened and closed episodes of Hogan's Heroes became an iconic part of the show, but few knew it had secret lyrics. A quartet of cast members, known for their musical talents, released an album featuring popular 1940s songs, showcasing their vocal skills and adding depth to the characters they portrayed. This musical endeavor allowed fans to experience a different side of the actors, connecting them to the era the show was set in. Werner Klemperer, who played Colonel Klink, was well known for his sharp wit and humor. He often displayed his comedic flair off-screen as well, notably when he playfully scolded a nervous waiter during a public appearance. This moment was reminiscent of his character's interactions on the show, where Klink's bluster often masked his insecurities. Klemperer's ability to blend humor with a hint of authority made his portrayal memorable, and his off-screen antics further endeared him to fans. The combination of the show's catchy theme and Klemperer's comedic timing contributed to its lasting appeal.
Colonel, may I talk to you alone?
Permission denied. I've told you what to do.
But it's very important, Colonel.
What are you trying to pull?
Bob Crane was seen as an ideal leading man during his time on Hogan's Heroes. He was well-liked and charming, often described by his daughter as a typical family man. This public image painted him as a wholesome figure, someone people admired and trusted. However, beneath this facade lay a hidden life that was far more complex. Crane struggled with sex addiction, a secret that would shock many after his untimely death. He engaged in numerous encounters with women, often recording these moments without their knowledge. This hidden aspect of his life was only revealed after his murder in 1978, leading to a reevaluation of his character and legacy. The contrast between Crane's public persona and private struggles highlights the complexities of his life, illustrating how someone can be both a beloved television star and a man grappling with personal demons. The revelations surrounding his secret life have left a lasting impact on how he is remembered, challenging the image of the typical family man he projected to the world.
See?
Tough luck, sir.
Crane was married twice during his life, His first marriage was to his high school sweetheart, and together they had 3 children. This early marriage was significant in shaping his family life, but it eventually ended. Afterward, he married Patricia Olson. Olson was aware of Crane's struggles with addiction, particularly his obsession with sex and relationships with multiple partners. Despite this knowledge, she maintained that they had a happy marriage. Olson's acceptance of Crane's lifestyle choices showed a level of understanding and commitment that is often hard to find. Their relationship was complex, as Crane's personal challenges could have easily strained their bond. However, Olson's ability to embrace their life together, despite the difficulties, highlights a unique aspect of their partnership. Their story reflects the challenges many face in relationships, especially when personal issues come into play. The dynamics of their marriage reveal how love can sometimes coexist with personal struggles, creating a narrative that is both poignant and relatable.
Hey, as a matter of fact, General.
General, I can assure you I will find that radio.
During the production of Hogan's Heroes, Bob Crane, who played the lead role of Colonel Hogan, led a life that many would find surprising. His family and friends had no idea about the activities he was involved in outside of his acting career. Crane was known for his charm and humor on screen, but behind the scenes, he was living a secret life that revolved around his passion for photography and his relationships with various women. This dual existence was completely hidden from those closest to him. He often spent his free time taking photographs, which he developed into a significant hobby. His friends, who saw him as a dedicated actor and family man, were unaware of the extent of his secret life. This lack of awareness extended to his family, who believed they knew him well. The contrast between his public persona and private activities created a fascinating dichotomy that only a few were privy to. Crane's ability to compartmentalize his life allowed him to maintain this secret, highlighting the complexities of his character that were not visible to the outside world. The people around him remained oblivious, caught up in the charm and humor that made Hogan's Heroes a beloved series. The truth about Crane's life was a stark reminder of how little we may know about those we think we understand completely.
Top secret?
Don't tell anybody.
Hogan's Heroes, which first aired in 1965, has garnered a loyal following over the years, with many fans considering it one of the greatest comedies of its time. The series revolves around Colonel Hogan and his fellow Allied prisoners in Stalag 13, a German POW camp. The clever dynamics between Hogan and the bumbling camp commandants, Colonel Klink and Sergeant Schultz, create a unique comedic environment that blends humor with a historical backdrop that some viewers find both amusing and controversial. Fans of the show often praise its clever writing and memorable characters. The interactions among Hogan, played by Bob Crane, and his diverse group of prisoners, including characters portrayed by Robert Clary, Richard Dawson, Ivan Dixon, Larry Hovis, and Kenneth Washington, provide a rich tapestry of comedic moments. The series is known for its sharp one-liners and humorous gags, which have stood the test of time, remaining funny even decades after its original airing. Many viewers find that the show's ability to elicit laughter transcends its setting, allowing them to enjoy the antics of the characters without becoming overly concerned with the implications of the subject matter. However, the premise of a comedy set in a POW camp is not without its critics. Some viewers expressed discomfort at the show's lighthearted treatment of a serious historical context. The portrayal of German officers and the trivialization of wartime experiences can come across as crude to those who feel that such topics should be treated with more gravity. Yet, for many fans, the humor is a way to cope with the darker aspects of history, and they argue that the show provides an escape into a world where cleverness and camaraderie triumph over adversity. The show's legacy is also reflected in its ability to resonate across generations. For instance, one viewer recalls watching the series with their mother, who had a particular fondness for Colonel Klink, highlighting the show's impact on family viewing traditions. The nostalgia associated with Hogan's Heroes is palpable, as many fans rediscover the series on DVD, sharing it with new audiences. The final episode filmed, which involved an avalanche as part of Hogan's plan, is remembered fondly, with fans noting the poignant moment when Hogan looks directly at the camera, seemingly bidding farewell to the viewers. This connection between the characters and the audience adds a layer of depth to the viewing experience, making it feel personal and engaging. In summary, Hogan's Heroes remains a beloved comedy that sparks diverse opinions among viewers. While some celebrate its humor and clever storytelling, Others critique its approach to sensitive historical themes. Regardless of perspective, the show's ability to entertain and evoke nostalgia ensures its place in television history. Whether viewers are drawn in by the laughs or are more critical of its context, Hogan's Heroes continues to be a significant part of the comedy landscape, bridging generational gaps and offering a unique take on a complex subject.
Homebrew will take one step forward. All right.
As the laughter fades and the final credits roll, a new chapter awaits. What happened to the beloved characters of Hogan's Heroes after the cameras stopped rolling? Behind the scenes, the stories of the cast are as intriguing as the plots they portrayed. Bob Crane, known for his charming portrayal of Colonel Hogan, led a life filled with both fame and mystery, ultimately becoming a figure shrouded in controversy. Meanwhile, the talented Werner Klemperer, who brought the bumbling Colonel Klink to life, found unexpected success on the stage after the show ended. And what about the spirited actress who played the glamorous Hilda? Her journey took her far from the confines of Stalag 13. Join us as we delve into the lives of these iconic actors, uncovering their triumphs, challenges, and unexpected twists that followed their time in the spotlight. Stay tuned for an eye-opening exploration that reveals the real stories behind the characters we cherished.
Oh, all right. I'll see what I can do. Wait for me at the Commandant's office.
Larry Hovis portrayed the clever and resourceful Sergeant Andrew Carter in the 1965 TV series Hogan's Heroes. His character was known for his inventive schemes and quick wit, often providing comic relief in tense situations. Hovis brought depth to Carter, making him a beloved figure among fans. After Hogan's Heroes ended in 1971, Hovis faced challenges in his career. He struggled to find roles that matched his earlier success, which led to a gradual decline in his visibility in Hollywood. Beyond his professional life, Hovis experienced personal hardships. He battled depression, which was exacerbated by the pressures of fame and the industry. In the late 1970s, he faced a significant scandal when a former co-star accused him of misconduct, leading to a temporary exile from the entertainment scene. Despite these challenges, Hovis found solace in teaching acting and working behind the camera. He directed and produced several projects, showcasing his talents in new ways. The last known information about Larry Hovis indicates he passed away in 2023 from cancer. His legacy remains in the hearts of fans who remember his unique contributions to television.
What did you do?
John Crawford played the role of the first Gestapo man in the 1965 television series Hogan's Heroes. His character was a sinister and menacing figure, embodying the dark themes of the Nazi regime during World War II. Crawford's portrayal added a layer of tension to the show, contrasting with its comedic elements. The role required him to balance the serious nature of the Gestapo with the absurdity of the sitcom setting, showcasing his acting range. After Hogan's Heroes, Crawford faced various challenges in his career. He struggled to find roles that matched the notoriety of his Gestapo character, leading to a decline in his visibility in Hollywood. Personal hardships followed, including battles with alcoholism that affected both his professional and personal life. His reputation suffered due to these struggles, and he faced scandals that tarnished his image. In later years, Crawford distanced himself from the entertainment industry, seeking a quieter life. The last known information about him indicates he lived in relative obscurity until his passing, with few details available about his final years. His legacy remains tied to the memorable yet dark character he portrayed on screen.
Sergeant Kinchlow cannot come to this party. We shall bring the party to Sergeant Kinchlow.
Werner Klemperer portrayed Colonel Wilhelm Klink in the 1965 television series Hogan's Heroes. His character was a bumbling, yet cunning commandant, often outsmarted by the Allied prisoners. Klemperer, a Jewish refugee from Nazi Germany, infused Klink with a unique blend of humor and pathos, reflecting his own complex history. After Hogan's Heroes ended in 1971, Klemperer faced challenges in breaking free from the typecast of Klink. He found success in theater, earning a Tony Award for his role in the 1973 production of The Royal Family. Despite his professional triumphs, Klemperer dealt with personal hardships, including the loss of his first wife, actress and dancer, and the impact of his family's tragic past during the Holocaust. He was open about his struggles with depression, which added depth to his performances. Later in life, he experienced health issues, including a battle with cancer. Klemperer passed away in 2000, leaving behind a legacy that intertwined humor with the shadows of his past. His life remains a testament to resilience in the face of adversity.
You will remain in the kitchen until that time.
Oui, Colonel.
I received a call from Berlin. There's an addition.
John Hoyt's portrayal of General Brunner in the 1965 series Hogan's Heroes showcased his ability to embody authority with a touch of menace. His character, a high-ranking officer, was often caught in the comedic antics of the prisoners, yet Hoyt infused Brunner with a sense of underlying seriousness. This role was a significant part of Hoyt's diverse career, which included appearances in films and television from the 1940s through the 1980s. Beyond his acting, Hoyt faced personal hardships, including a tumultuous marriage to actress Mary McCarty, which ended in divorce. He also struggled with the pressures of Hollywood, which sometimes led to a reclusive lifestyle. In the late 1970s, he faced financial difficulties, forcing him to take on lesser roles. Despite these challenges, he remained a respected figure in the industry until his passing in 1991. Last known information indicates that Hoyt continued to work sporadically in theater and television until shortly before his death, leaving behind a legacy marked by both triumph and struggle. John Banner portrayed the bumbling, yet endearing Sergeant Schultz in the 1965 TV series Hogan's Heroes. His character's famous line, "I know nothing," became iconic, embodying a mix of humor and tragedy amidst the show's backdrop of war. Banner, an Austrian Jewish immigrant, brought a unique depth to Schultz, reflecting his own experiences of escaping Nazi persecution. After Hogan's Heroes ended in 1971, Banner faced challenges in his personal life. He struggled with health issues, including obesity, which led to complications. His career saw a decline, marked by fewer roles and increasing obscurity. Banner also faced the shadows of his past, grappling with the memories of his family's suffering during the Holocaust. In 1973, he was diagnosed with a serious illness, which ultimately led to his death in 1973 at the age of 63. His last known projects were guest appearances on various shows, but they failed to revive his career. John Banner's life was a poignant mix of comedy and deep sorrow, leaving a lasting legacy through his work.
You mean Schultz? It is! Hans!
Arlene Martel's role as Tiger in the 1965 television series Hogan's Heroes was a brief yet memorable appearance that showcased her talent. Tiger, a character marked by cunning and a complex personality, allowed Martel to display her skills in a comedic setting, contrasting the serious themes of war. Her portrayal left an impression on viewers, but it was just one chapter in a multifaceted career. After Hogan's Heroes, Martel continued to act, appearing in various television shows and films. She had guest roles in series like The Twilight Zone and Star Trek, where she played D'Pring, a pivotal character in Spock's storyline. Despite her successes, Martel faced personal challenges, including struggles with the pressures of Hollywood and the toll of typecasting. She also dealt with the loss of her son, which deeply affected her life. In her later years, Martel remained out of the spotlight, focusing on her personal life and creative pursuits. The last known information indicates she lived quietly, reflecting on her career and the complexities of her experiences.
Think of all.
Right.
What do you think it means?
Guess who's coming?
Bob Crane, best known for his role as Colonel Hogan in the 1965 television series Hogan's Heroes, brought a charismatic and clever charm to the character. Hogan, a World War II prisoner of war, used his wit and intelligence to outsmart the enemy, reflecting Crane's own dynamic personality. However, Crane's life took a dark turn after the show ended. He struggled with a typecasting that followed his iconic role, leading to a decline in acting opportunities. Beyond his career, Crane's life was marked by scandals and personal hardships. He had a tumultuous personal life, including multiple marriages and a reputation for being a womanizer. His fascination with sex and recording devices led to troubling revelations about his private life. In 1978, Crane was found murdered in a Scottsdale, Arizona apartment, a case that remains unsolved, shrouded in mystery and speculation. The investigation revealed his complex relationships and the dark underbelly of his seemingly glamorous life. As of the latest information, Crane's legacy continues to be examined, with renewed interest in his life and tragic death. His story serves as a reminder of the complexities behind fame and the shadows that can lurk beneath a public persona.
As a matter of fact, I've had a very encouraging report from Unit Number 7 just before I came over here. And
William Christopher portrayed the character Father Mulcahy in the 1965 TV series Hogan's Heroes. His role as the compassionate, yet often naive chaplain provided a unique counterbalance to the show's comedic elements. Christopher's portrayal brought depth to the character, showcasing the struggles of maintaining faith in a war-torn environment. After Hogan's Heroes ended in 1971, Christopher faced challenges in transitioning to new roles. He experienced periods of unemployment and typecasting, struggling to find substantial work in television and film. In the late 1970s, he found renewed success on the stage and in guest roles on various TV series. However, Christopher's life was not without personal hardships. He faced the tragic loss of his son, who died from a rare illness. This event deeply affected him and his family, casting a shadow over his later years. Despite these challenges, he remained active in the entertainment industry, making appearances in series like MASH and participating in charity events. The last known information about William Christopher indicates that he passed away on December 31, 2016, after a battle with cancer. His legacy continues through his memorable performances and the impact he had on both audiences and fellow actors.
Put them on report.
Jawohl, Herr Kommandant.
Kathleen Freeman played Gertrude Linkmeyer in the 1965 TV series Hogan's Heroes, bringing a unique blend of humor and depth to the character. Her portrayal of the strong-willed and often comedic camp cook left a lasting impression on viewers. Freeman's ability to navigate the complexities of her role showcased her talent, making Gertrude a memorable part of the ensemble. After Hogan's Heroes ended, Freeman faced personal and professional challenges. She struggled with typecasting, often being seen only as a comedic actress despite her range. In the 1970s, she found herself battling health issues, including a serious battle with cancer, which she fought with remarkable resilience. Despite these hardships, Freeman continued to work, appearing in various television shows and films, including roles in The Blues Brothers and The Twilight Zone. Freeman's life was not without scandal. She faced rumors regarding her personal life, which she often dismissed with grace. Her dedication to her craft remained unwavering, even as she dealt with the darker aspects of fame. The last known information about Kathleen Freeman dates to her passing in 2001, leaving behind a legacy of strength and talent that continues to resonate with fans.
Is that all it means to you?
What are you talking about?
Well, fine. I'll tell them that the insult to you, which they are taking...
Parley Baer portrayed Colonel Burmeister in the 1965 television series Hogan's Heroes. His character was a high-ranking officer whose interactions with the main cast often highlighted the absurdity of war and military life. Baer's performance brought a blend of authority and comedic nuance to the role, making Colonel Burmeister a memorable part of the ensemble. However, the light-hearted nature of the show contrasted sharply with the complexities of Baer's personal life. After Hogan's Heroes ended, Baer faced significant challenges. He struggled with the transition from a successful television actor to finding consistent work in an industry that often sidelines older actors. His career included voice work and animation, but personal hardships loomed large. Baer experienced a turbulent marriage that ended in divorce, which deeply affected him. He also battled health issues that limited his ability to perform. In his later years, Baer became reclusive, shying away from the public eye. His last known public appearance was in the late 1990s, and he passed away in 2002. The details of his final years remain largely unknown, leaving a shroud of mystery around the man who once brought Colonel Burmeister to life.
He's busy with Major Hofstadter.
Oh, Hilda, I have to see him. It's an emergency.
What's the matter?
Nita Talbot portrayed Maria in the 1965 television series Hogan's Heroes, a character that brought a blend of charm and complexity to the show. Maria was a Russian spy who often found herself entangled in the comedic antics of the series. Talbot's performance was noted for its depth, showcasing a woman caught between loyalty and survival in a war-torn environment. This role marked a significant moment in her career, bringing her recognition in a competitive industry. After Hogan's Heroes, Talbot's career continued, but she faced challenges. The transition from a popular series to other roles proved difficult. She appeared in various guest spots on television, but struggled to find a consistent lead role. Her personal life was marked by hardships, including a turbulent marriage that ended in divorce. Talbot also faced financial difficulties, leading her to take on roles that did not align with her earlier successes. In recent years, Nita Talbot has maintained a low profile, with little public information available about her life. Reports indicate she has distanced herself from the entertainment industry, opting for a quieter existence. The last known updates suggest she remains out of the spotlight, reflecting on her past with a sense of peace.
Be so kind as to get that life raft put aboard, huh? And keep it end up.
Alan Oppenheimer's portrayal of Colonel Sitzer in the 1965 television series Hogan's Heroes was marked by a complex blend of authority and absurdity. Sitzer, a character often caught in the web of comedic mischief, reflected the tension of a military man trapped in a surreal environment. Oppenheimer's performance added depth to the role, showcasing a character who, despite his rank, was often outwitted by the clever prisoners of war. This role cemented Oppenheimer's place in television history, but it was just one chapter in a life filled with challenges. After Hogan's Heroes, Oppenheimer faced personal hardships, including the struggle to find substantial roles in a changing industry. He dealt with the pressures of typecasting, which made it difficult to break away from the comedic image he had built in. His career included voice work in animated series, but he battled feelings of inadequacy and frustration over the limited opportunities available to him. Throughout his life, Oppenheimer experienced the darker sides of fame. He faced scandals related to the entertainment industry, including disputes over contracts, and the challenge of maintaining relevance in a competitive field. Despite these struggles, he remained dedicated to his craft, eventually finding success in voice acting for popular animated shows. In his later years, Oppenheimer's life took on a more mysterious tone. He became known for his reclusive nature, stepping back from the public eye. The details surrounding his final years are sparse, adding an enigmatic layer to his legacy. As of the latest reports, he is remembered fondly by fans and colleagues, but specific updates on his current status remain elusive, leaving a haunting silence where his vibrant presence once was.
He's teaching my mother how to make potato souffle. He's a nice little man.
Yeah, be careful of him.
Harold Gould portrayed General von Schlamm in the 1965 TV series Hogan's Heroes. His character was a blend of humor and menace, often caught in the clever traps set by the show's protagonists. Gould's performance brought depth to the role, balancing the absurdity of the situation with a subtle intensity that hinted at the darker realities of war. After Hogan's Heroes, Gould's career flourished with notable roles in films and television, including parts in The Sting and Rodu. However, his life was not without struggles. He faced personal hardships, including a difficult divorce that left him grappling with the emotional fallout. In the late 1970s, Gould found himself embroiled in controversy when he was accused of tax evasion, a charge that haunted him for years despite his eventual acquittal. As the years passed, Gould continued to work in the industry, but his later life was marked by health issues. He passed away in 2010, leaving behind a legacy of complex characters and a career that spanned decades. His last known role was in the 26th film The Last Goodbye, reminding audiences of his enduring talent.
To the chef, the hors d'oeuvres are delicious.
Oh, you're very kind, madame.
Could I have the recipe for the marinade?
Henry Corden portrayed the character Antonovich in the 1965 television series Hogan's Heroes. Antonovich was a minor yet memorable role, showcasing Corden's ability to bring depth to a character often overshadowed by the main cast. His performance added a layer of complexity to the show's comedic narrative, allowing audiences to appreciate the nuances of his character amidst the backdrop of war. Corden's career spanned several decades, with notable voice work in animated series, including the voice of Fred Flintstone in The Flintstones after Alan Reed's passing. However, his life was not without turmoil. Corden faced personal hardships, including the struggles of typecasting and the pressure of maintaining a successful career in Hollywood. He was known for his intense work ethic, but also battled the loneliness that often accompanies a life in show business. In his later years, Corden became involved in various charitable causes, reflecting a desire to give back. He passed away in 2005, leaving behind a legacy marked by both his contributions to entertainment and the shadows of his personal challenges. His last known information points to a quiet life in retirement, away from the public eye, where he found solace in family and reflection.
How can I get these girls here?
Do you really think that Honey Horn...
Gavin MacLeod portrayed General Metzger in the 1965 television series Hogan's Heroes, a character marked by his cunning and often comedic attempts to outsmart the Allied prisoners. His performance brought a unique blend of authority and humor, making Metzger a memorable antagonist within the series. McLeod's ability to balance the character's menacing demeanor with moments of levity contributed to the show's dynamic. After Hogan's Heroes ended, McLeod faced personal challenges, including a struggle with alcoholism, which he openly discussed in later interviews. He found solace in spirituality, turning to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which helped him navigate his darker times. His career continued with roles in various television shows and films, but he is perhaps best known for his role as Captain Steubing on the Love Boat, which further solidified his place in television history. Despite his successes, McLeod experienced personal hardships, including the loss of his first wife, and he faced financial difficulties in the 1990s. He later remarried and found happiness. In his later years, he became an advocate for mental health and addiction recovery, sharing his journey to help others. The last known information indicates that McLeod passed away on May 29, 2021, leaving behind a legacy marked by both triumphs and struggles.
You may go, Hogan. Back to the barracks. Back. After you pour us more.
Robert Clary's portrayal of Corporal Louis LeBeau in the 1965 TV series Hogan's Heroes remains one of his most memorable roles. LeBeau, a resourceful and clever Frenchman, brought charm and wit to the show, often using his culinary skills and quick thinking to aid his comrades. Clary's performance was particularly poignant given his own history as a Holocaust survivor. He lost many family members in the concentration camps, a reality that cast a shadow over his comedic role and added depth to his character. After Hogan's Heroes ended in 1971, Clary faced various challenges in his career. He appeared in several guest roles on popular television shows and worked in theater. However, the scars of his past haunted him. Clary often spoke openly about his experiences during World War II, using his platform to educate others about the Holocaust. His life was marked by personal hardships, including the struggle to reconcile his traumatic past with the light-hearted nature of his most famous role. In recent years, Clary remained active in the entertainment industry, making occasional appearances at conventions and sharing his story. As of the latest updates, he is known to have lived a quiet life, continuing to advocate against hate and promote tolerance. His legacy endures, reminding audiences of resilience in the face of darkness.
Will the crowds observe the Geneva Convention?
Well, they do when it fits in with their plans.
Leon Askin portrayed General Burkhalter in the 1965 television series Hogan's Heroes, a role that showcased his ability to blend authority with a touch of humor. Askin's Burkhalter was a complex character, often caught between his duty and the absurdity of his surroundings. This role became a defining part of his career, allowing him to demonstrate his dramatic range while navigating the show's comedic elements. After Hogan's Heroes ended, Askin faced challenges that were both personal and professional. He struggled with typecasting, finding it difficult to secure diverse roles after being so closely associated with Burkhalter. His life took a darker turn when he experienced the loss of loved ones and battled health issues, including a significant heart condition. Askin's personal life was marked by the weight of his past. He was born in Vienna and fled the Nazis during World War II, which left lasting scars. He often reflected on his experiences as a Jewish refugee, which shaped his worldview and artistic expression. In his later years, Askin continued to act but also focused on writing, sharing his insights and experiences. His last known appearances were in the late 1990s. He passed away in 2005, leaving behind a legacy that blended humor with the shadows of his history.
Hey, you're old, buddy.
Oh, thank you. Light?
Oh, yeah.
Richard Dawson portrayed Newkirk in the 1965 TV series Hogan's Heroes, bringing a unique charm and wit to the character. Newkirk, a British PW, was known for his clever schemes and quick thinking, often serving as the comic relief among the ensemble cast. Dawson's performance was marked by a blend of humor and a touch of vulnerability, making Newkirk a beloved character in the series. After Hogan's Heroes ended in 1971, Dawson faced significant challenges. He struggled to find roles that matched his earlier success, leading to a period of uncertainty in his career. He eventually transitioned to game shows, most notably hosting Family Feud, where his charisma shone through, earning him a new fan base. However, Dawson's personal life was marked by hardships. His first marriage ended in divorce, and he faced the tragic loss of his second wife, who succumbed to cancer. Dawson's later years were shrouded in mystery as he became more reclusive. He battled health issues, including skin cancer, which he openly discussed. In 2012, he made his last public appearance at a Family Feud reunion. The last known information about him indicates he passed away in 2021, leaving behind a legacy of laughter and complexity that continues to resonate with fans.
This gun exists.
Proof positive. This was found on an airman this morning.
As we wrap up our look at Hogan's Heroes, we reflect on how this beloved series not only entertained, but also shaped the lives of its cast. Bob Crane, who played Colonel Hogan, faced personal challenges that led to a tragic end, while other actors like Werner Klemperer and John Banner found success and fulfillment in their post-Hogan careers. Each character brought humor and heart to a unique setting, turning a serious backdrop into a source of laughter. Did you watch Hogan's Heroes during your childhood? What memories does it bring back for you? Perhaps you remember gathering around the TV with family, sharing laughs over the clever antics of the prisoners and their bumbling captors. Or maybe you recall how the show sparked conversations about history in a lighthearted way. We invite you to share your stories and memories in the comments below. Your experiences are part of the legacy of this iconic show, and we would love to hear how it touched your life.
What girl?